Okay, the salmon's in the oven at 275 degrees. I had it on 500 before with the rack as close to the bottom of the oven as possible, so closest to the heat source. And the pan, the baking sheet had heated at that temperature when I preheated the oven. So when I brought it out, you heard the beautiful sizzle of the salmon fillets hitting the hot pan. And what that did is help them sear, and it also helped render some of the fat. And now that the oven temperature is reducing, the fillets are going to cook at a gentler heat and retain their tenderness and flavor as they do so. If the salmon had been very wet or moist when you started working on it, I would wipe it down with a paper towel before putting the oil and salt and pepper on. So let's look at why we use this hybrid technique. When we were developing this recipe, we wanted to get the best effects of pan searing and poaching. But when we tried just oven roasting at high temperatures to get that beautiful crust, what we found was, yes, we got that lovely crust, but the insides were dry and flaky, almost like canned salmon. And when we used a more of a poaching style with a 250-300 degree oven, cooking very, very slowly, yes, we ended up with moist, tender flesh, but the bottom didn't get cooked as well as it should, and it stayed moist, and the fat didn't render off because the oven never got to that high of a temperature. So what you ended up with was a mushy texture in the salmon.